In what can only be described as good corporate citizenship, Algoma Power has informed residents at River Valley Park in New Ears Township that the power will stay on until October 30th. You may recall last week, homeowners received notice from Algoma Power the hydro would be cut off today. Supervisor Customer Service Peggy Lund said Algoma Power has worked with social services to find a solution to ensure that power isn't interrupted before the closure of the park on the 30th. In a phone conversation yesterday, a homeowner in the park said that 3 men identifying themselves as being from Brampton were at the park courtesy of RVP's owner, Jasbir Dusange, and were told by him to start dismantling mobile homes and that they could take anything they wanted. Dusange, once again, hasn't responded to calls for comments. Long-standing issues, including sewage and lack of water, have plagued residents for months. During a recent strategy session, the board of directors and management staff of the Sault Ste. Marie Airport Development Corporation, along with the EDC, went to a presentation from one of Canada's leading aviation economists, Dr. Mike Trethewey, on the current and near-term future state of the aviation industry, including trends, risk factors, and pilot shortage. A strategic planning exercise that followed included current and future infrastructure needs, potential partnerships, and becoming an aviation hub. In the last year, successes include the completion of the latest phase of expansion at JD Aero and continued capital upgrades to the terminal and operations building. Passenger traffic, by the way, was 217,162 in the 12 months to September 30th, including 7 monthly records for passenger levels as well as 12-month passenger records in 6 of the 12 months. This past year has seen further capital investments into safety, security, and general upgrades of the airport of over $1.5 million. This brings the investment into capital upgrades at the Sault Airport since taking ownership in 1998 to a total of over $41 million. Canada Post employees are holding rotating strikes in Sherbrooke, Quebec, Calgary, and Kelowna, BC, ending 2 days of work stoppage in the Greater Toronto Area that forced the closure of the Crown Corporation's largest sorting plants. The Canadian Union of Postal Workers announced early this morning that the Quebec City was the latest location for the strike, with workers walking off the job at 4 a.m. local time. The Calgary walkout began last night at 6 and in Kelowna at 6 a.m. Nearly 9,000 Cup W members walked off the job in the Toronto region early Tuesday as part of rotating strikes that started Monday to back contract demands. Emily Misner and her boyfriend, Cord Wilson, were at the Mackinac Bridge for a tower tour that she won in the Mighty Mac Walk 17 social media photo contest. Misner said that after she made her way up the final ladder and onto the tower top, Wilson called her name to get her attention and then got down on one knee to pop the question. The couple is from St. Ignace and have been together for about 4 years. Oh, in case you're wondering, she said yes. Conservative leader Andrew Scheer is alleging Justin Trudeau's carbon tax plan will raise costs for small businesses but give a massive exemption to corporate emitters. The Prime Minister says the Tories lack a climate change plan.
Well, Mr. Speaker, he talked about protecting businesses, but it turns out that his carbon tax scheme protects large corporate emitters by giving them a massive exemption from the costs that they'll have to pay. Small businesses who will face rising fuel costs and home heating will have to bear the brunt of his new carbon tax plan. So the question is very simple. Will he grant the same exemption to small and medium-sized businesses that he's given to large corporate emitters?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Speaker, that's simply not true. We're moving forward with putting a price on pollution, taking real action on fighting climate change, something that the Conservatives were unwilling and unable to do for 10 years while in government and evidently continue to be unwilling to do. They have no plan to approach the fight against climate change, will not put a price on pollution. They want to make pollution free again. Well, we, Mr. Speaker, are putting a price on pollution and supporting families so they're actually better off with our plan to fight climate change.